So yeah, without wasting any more time, press on that like button. Links will be down in the description, and let's get to the benchmarks. So the first surprising benchmark to me is Warzone at 1080p with DLSS set to quality, I believe the higher settings, and very surprisingly so, we are getting around 170 frames per second. This game you'd struggle to hit 144 FPS on it, so hey, that's a very good thing that we were able to do that. Next up, we got God of War at 4K settings actually, and with DLSS set to quality, and we were getting around 70 FPS. Next up, we got Red Dead Redemption 2 at 4K, the highest settings, DLSS set to quality, and we were still getting 60 to 70 FPS. And the final game that we have is Cyberpunk 2077, and I think at 1080p, DLSS set to quality, RTX the highest settings, everything set to ultra, we were getting around 60 to 70 FPS. So yeah, pretty capable PC for a very good price. This is a PC that I would build for myself. So the CPU, we're looking at the Ryzen 5 7600 for $230. Now I know some of you would say like, why would you go with the 7600? Well, it still is a good gaming CPU. You know, it will give you the best and the fastest performance for gaming actually, compared to any CPU that's on the market right now. But the biggest caveat is that it's only a 6-core 12-threaded CPU. Now, why would you go with this over the 13600K? A simple reason being that you have the extra upgrade path basically, and there isn't anything, you know, over that for a choice like this in my opinion. But some of you out there is an AMD fan, some of you out there wouldn't want to go with the 13600K because this is the end of life, you know, socket. Anyways, a very good CPU. Next up, the board, and we will have two options actually. We have the B650 MDS3H, and hopefully by the next week or so, the A620M boards will launch. So yeah, for around $100 to $150 basically, you are getting a board that will get the job done and will give you the decent upgrade path that you need for the future, and it will hold your CPU just fine. So there isn't much to say here. As for the RAM, and it's actually getting cheaper, DDR5, we're looking at two 16GB of Team Group RAM that looks really ugly actually, but hey, that's cheap. For around $105 on Newegg, it's a 32GB DDR5 5200 megahertz, you know. So yeah, this is basically the golden standard for DDR5 setups, and 32 gigs is more than enough for anything you do. And the SSD, we're looking at 1TB SATA SSD that goes for $44, and that's why I went with SATA, because it only goes for $44, and let's just save that M.2 slot for a PCIe Gen 4 SSD in the future, you know. But you're getting the fast boot up times, the loading speeds, and really good performance overall. As for the GPU, we're looking at used GPUs actually, and we're looking at only one GPU in my opinion that's worth getting, which is the RTX 3070. This GPU goes for around $350 to $400 used, so I will leave a link in the description. And yeah, we're looking for an Nvidia GPU because, you know, mostly AMD GPUs now haven't got any updates recently. I don't know why, but for the time being, you know, this is one of my favorite GPUs actually for the price and the performance that you're getting. And the power supply, I think we are looking at a 650 watt 80 plus gold or maybe bronze rated power supply, so it will get the job done. And actually this PC won't consume that much power actually. And the case, we're looking at a DeepCool case that goes for $67. It's one of the newest cases from DeepCool right now, so yeah, you won't have one of the most decent experiences. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press on that like button. If you want to see more videos of that, can subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.